Hi, so welcome to Andy's Royalties, and today I have none other than the supermodel of Mumbai and hostess with the mostest, Bollywood superstar, Gauahar Khan, or should I say Gauahar Jaan. Welcome, Gauahar. Welcome to Andy's Royalties. How are you doing?
Oh my God, Ando, how are you? I suddenly went back to season 7 when you said Gauahar Jaan because it was exactly like how you used to say it back then. How are you?
I'm great. I'm doing all the better that you're here now. Of course, I've got loads of things to ask you. I mean, obviously, first of all, I want to start off with your Bollywood journey has been so epic. It really has. I'm a super fan of your work. Like, you know that, right? You know I'm a fan of your work.
Yeah.
I mean, from, you know, your movies like Rocket Singh, Begum Jaan, Ishaqzaade, all those roles have been very, very well acted. As an actor, more than anything else, you've been a great actress in those parts. And then you've got this side of you, obviously the dancer, Band 1, Band 2.
Of course.
And you've been in so many songs like Chokra Jawaan, Jhalla Walla. There's been my favorite song from Once Upon a Time.
Parda Parda.
Parda Parda is my favorite song. I mean, you know, I think you know why. But like this journey has been epic. How has it really been for you as a human being in that spot?
I'm as a human being, I'm just so grateful because I come from an absolute non-filmy background, and for me to have first of all the opportunities that I did, the chances that I took, the decisions that I made, I think all I feel is I'm super grateful to the Almighty for making me one of the very few people who come from non-filmy backgrounds and actually live their dream. I'm living my dream with every project that I do. Of course, people think that Bollywood is this industry and everybody wants to be a part of it. And alhamdulillah, when it comes to credible characters and roles that directors need performers in, I get approached and I'm like, yay, like, are you sure it's me you want to, work with? So I feel extremely grateful to just be a part of not just Bollywood, but also TV, the space that I have in the reality zone on television, whether it was Zangoora that I did, the Bollywood musical I did for 3 years. So my modeling days and everything, I just feel so grateful. Grateful.
Your modeling days, we'll talk about that a little bit because I met you in a show called Get Gorgeous when you were a mentor to models. That's how I first met you. That's how I know you, from 2007, I think that was.
No, 2007 or 6 maybe.
Maybe 6. You might be right. But yeah, so that's where I know you from, and that was my and I think Diandra was in that show as well, and you guys were both mentors, and you did an epic job being a great mentor. Both of you did in that show. But saying that, obviously, people now know you as Gauahar Khan from Bigg Boss 7 and 14. Obviously, being a housemate in the house, and you won that season. I just want to say congratulations in front of everybody that I actually believe now, in hindsight, that you were the best winner for that.
Oh, thank you, Ando. Thank you. I will still say, vote for Andy. Vote for Andy.
And you actually said that in BB14 this time. Someone sent me a link. They were like, look at Rohar talking about you in the show. That was so sweet.
I spoke so much of you and Kamya and everybody on the season 7 because I truly believe that it was, according to me, it was the best season in terms of casting. I mean, every one of us was there to win the game, and we were in the spirit of it, and we were all competitive, and we were all as mad and crazy. So I truly believe that we were a great lot, and I missed you guys when I was in there in BB14 actually.
I mean, having you back in BB14 was just like, oh my God, there's one of us back in the house, and probably back in the house. I mean, let's talk about your BB14 journey this time. I mean, there's been a lot of ups and downs in the house. You had to get used to being around other seniors like Siddharth and Hina. How was that at the beginning? Or getting along with them?
On day 1, I felt like maybe we would have a lot of differences, and obviously it was a risk that, because everybody was at the same position, right? We had equal rights. But there was always a chance of, what if they don't like me and what if they don't get along? Because, you know, I have a very intimidating personality. So even in our season, there were only one or two people who initially, you know, like got along with me. You, Kushal, or Sangram in the first few weeks. But I don't know. I just have that vibe, and there's that risk with people probably misreading that and already not like me from the word go. But it was the opposite. We got along really well. Siddharth is a fun guy. Hina is extremely naughty, and she and I felt that, you know, we were kind of on the same page when it came to a few issues, and when we had to disagree, we were just disagreeing on things, and that was fine.
Okay, but there was a couple of points which were a little bit out there. Like, for instance, at one point, I think you talking about online about Siddharth came up. Was that difficult to deal with?
No, because actually I didn't expect that being shown in the first episode itself. So it was fine for them to have, you know, put that little segment in the introduction. And I am very vocal about things, and I don't mean to say things to put people down on my social media, but because I'm such an ardent fan and lover of the show, I follow every season, just like you, Andy, and we have our opinions, right? So I felt strongly about certain behavior on not just season 13 but also the previous seasons, and I'm not going to shy away from writing my views, because I am the hugest fan of Bigg Boss, the show, and I have all my right to put out my views on social media. So I didn't get really scared about that, but I'm glad they put it out there so that Siddharth and I could have that little explanation for both sides. And it actually worked for us, because eventually, right from the time we left that stage, we got along really, really well.
Except for when he said to you, I felt really bad when he said one point to you, I think Siddharth Shukla said to you, what have you done in Bollywood? Tumne kya kar liya? And I thought that was I think that was a very low point and under the belt comment, because actually, if you go to see Gauahar, you've done a lot more than he has yet. So he shouldn't have done that, I feel. What do you
know? I think he was just you know, taking that whole mazak element of, you know, tum kuch bhi likh deti ho and all of that, but that was his sense of humor, and he probably didn't realize that that particular night, within that fun spirit, he took it a little overboard. And I actually told him that night, maybe that was not aired, I told him that night that, you know, I'm going to take this in the spirit of the joke as long as I can, but when I really have to give you an answer and explanation as to how I actually believed about certain behavior, then I will. But that will just not, you know, shine brightly on you.
But Gauahar, I know you, and when I saw your face after he said that, I was like, he said what?
Yeah, I did feel bad, and I actually told him that I did feel bad, and that is why the next morning, I don't know if you saw that, but the next morning, the moment we woke up, he hugged me and he said, you know, I have nothing in my heart, and he hugged it out. And I'm glad that I actually put it out to him that, you know, there is a certain line that you're crossing in your humor, which if I want, Andy, you know it, if I want, I can give you a bazillion things. I've been in the industry, mashallah, 18 years. Yeah. And nobody can even have a career for more than 2 or 3 years in this industry. It's that difficult, mashallah. But I am here, and I don't need to boast about my work, and that's why I didn't really talk about my work back at him, and I took it in the spirit. But I'm sure he realized it also, that the joke was going a little overboard.
Ek aur baat aati hai. Obviously, just before you left the house, there was the buzzer task, the most epic task, and then you made an alliance with Hina, and Hina then took your side. And obviously, there's a lot of people out there, खास करके Shukla के जो fans हैं, they're all like, no, Shukla won. But honestly, what do you have to say about the way that you won that?
Well, the rule book, and you know how much I follow the
rule book.
So the rule book actually did not mention that once it starts, nobody can be in the black zone. That's one point that I had raised. Because when they kept saying, because they kept saying strategy. I said, okay, strategy. But it doesn't say that you cannot be standing where, because they pointed out that Hina's 2 members were standing there. But they did not attack. So they said, okay, but the rule was clearly stated that 3 people cannot go at the same time to attack or to protect. That was one point. And the second point was that they already knew that they were going to target the weakest team, which is fine. It was just absolutely okay with me. But the fact that 3 people went at the same time calls for disqualification for me. And I kept that point clearly. In any case, the disqualification or the rule break did not happen from my team. So my team would eventually in any way be saved. So that was not the point.
Buzzer किसने बजाया था पहले?
बजर बजाने तक बात ही खत्म हो चुकी थी, बिकॉज बजर तो दोनों जगह बजे थे. पवित्रा ने मेरा भी बजाया था और वहां पर उन लोगों ने भी लंबे समय तक बजाया था. बट द कैच वाज कि 5 सेकंड के लिए टोटल. तो मेरे यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा था, बजर एंड दे यूज्ड टू पुल द हैंड आउट, बजर एंड दे यूज्ड टू पुल द हैंड आउट. सो बजर किसने बजाया तक तो बात ही नहीं गई, मुद्दा तो कुछ और ही था.
I mean, honestly, it was amazing to see you leave the house a winner for me again. You know?
Alhamdulillah, thank you, Adam.
It was wonderful. I was so happy.
Imagine, I had the most pressure because I just had 2 people in my team. I knew that they would be attacked, and if I didn't use my brain, they would be out. So,
that's true.
I'm glad.
Now let's talk about something very important. You just got engaged. Congratulations. Hello.
And thank you.
So tell us a little bit about him. We want to know more about that. Come on, tell us. How did you guys meet? And come on, thoda to batao.
Okay, I'm not going to say how did we meet and all of that, but because you're my close friend and I'm not doing this on any other interview, I'll tell you a little bit about what I think of him. I think Zaid is amazing. He's like the sweetest person I know. In fact, right now for this interview, I was just running around because I didn't have connectivity and I was trying to look for light and everything. So he has kind of come quickly and set this chair for me, and he's kept the phone. So he's that caring. He's just the most wonderful person I've ever met. Because there are
behind the camera right now.
He's not. He's gone.
I was like, are we gonna get him in the frame?
I would have let him come and say hi, but Mubin. Okay, I'll let him come and say hi to you. Okay, just exclusively for you. So, all right, Zaid is in the middle of work right now, but he's in a costume, so don't mind it. But this is just a little hello for you, okay, Andy? I'm not going to do this ever again for any other journalist. But here goes. Come on in.
Hi.
Namaste.
मेरी जान के जान, ये क्या हो रहा है?
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you? I'm so happy to
see
you and talk to you. And ये इतने अच्छे कपड़े पहन के कहाँ जा रहे हो?
शूट कर रहा हूँ मैं.
Oh, double shoot. यहाँ पर भी shoot, वहाँ पर भी shoot.
Yeah.
So I asked Gauahar about like how you guys met and all, but she's not telling me just now. I'll do that on WhatsApp. Like Gauahar, मुझे बता दे क्या हो रहा है. So I mean, I'm so happy for you guys. I saw the pictures of your engagement.
Thank you so much.
And I've been watching your dance videos also.
Yeah, we're gonna come up with a lot of stuff. But thanks so much, Ando.
Yeah, I really love you guys. Well, I love Gauahar, and I'm sure I'll learn to love you also once I know you better. Like you'll be like,
yeah.
But love you too. Thank you for coming on here and showing us your beautiful face.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye.
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 Oh. Sorry, he was working. I just pulled him out of the shoot for you. So yeah.
Oh, but he looks really lovely. I mean, he seems such a sweetheart, and obviously he's a sweetheart because you chose him. Then we know कि अच्छा है बंदा. I mean, शादी कब कर रही है बता ना. मैं अपने डेट से बता देता हूँ.
Chup.
Yaar, you better not do it when I'm not there, okay? I'm coming to this wedding. Don't you dare.
Oh, you better. Yeah. Cool.
You better. My mom's ready.
Your mom's a sweetheart. Like, I love your mom way more than I love you. She's just such a sweetheart.
She really is. I mean, I think everyone loves my mom more than me anyway, because my mom is just like that. She's just love. She's full love for everyone.
She's amazing. Yeah.
But I'm so glad that we did this, you guys. Like, I'm so glad that I've been able to get you on the show. And I'm sure there's going to be loads of people out there so excited about this. And I think I've asked Kamya also to come along. And trying to get all of us on, I think. It's going to be really nice. But thanks again for being here and being on the show. I just wish you all the best for the future with Zaid, as well as I'm sure your career is going to be even more illustrious yet to come. I know it's the best is yet to come.
Thank you. And you know, the post-COVID time, not post-COVID, but while our lockdown has gotten to a good we've all come out of the lockdown phase, at least not yet free of COVID. But work has, alhamdulillah, resumed, and it's just like double. So I'm really looking forward to my work ahead and finally announcing everything that's going to happen. So I'll keep you posted, inshallah.
That's so exciting. So I might have to get you at the end of the season again at some point. I'll be like, Gauahar, chalo fir se karte hain.
Surely. And I hope that the people that I'm rooting for are actually there till the end.
So who are you rooting for? You're rooting for Rubina and Bas.
I'm actually not really rooting for Rubina, but I think she is the most interesting package, and she kind of gives me certain like spurts of when I can see that okay, she could actually win Bigg Boss 14. I believe that. But Jasmine and Jaan and Rubina are three people who I really like on the show.
Great. And I think that I agree with you totally. And you know that already, I'm sure. I'm very unbiased because I'm doing my Bigg Boss reviews every day.
Yeah.
So I try to stay very open with everybody. But yeah, I think I have my favorites too, but I'm keeping it quiet. But as you said...
And you know, the show is, anybody can be something else in the next moment. You know how unpredictable it is.
Yeah. So, and that's happening with every single person in the show right now. It's happening.
I had no clue that after spending the 2 weeks that I did, 2.5 weeks I did, on the day that I'm leaving, somebody's actually going to abuse me to my back.
So what was that about? Like, why do you think Pavitra did that?
I don't know. She was just intimidated. She was somebody who couldn't take loss really well. But that's okay. At least I wish that she would have said it to my face, but she obviously didn't have the courage to do that. But that's okay. It's a game.
She doesn't look good doing this. I mean, nobody liked it. Nobody. Yeah. I think anyone who watches Bigg Boss didn't like that, and people changed their view on Pavitra after that. And I think Pavitra is now, I call her in my reviews alarm clock. She basically goes every 5 minutes on things that don't matter. So
exactly. And I wish it was just like stupid idiot or silly or whatever. But she's gone, like she's given me maa ki gali, and she said that main iske andar ghusa dungi, rule ki batti bana ke or something. And I was like, whoa, sister, like calm down. What are you talking about? You were just having chai that was made by me and saying, oh, you know, sir, so good. I'm like, you're like my seniors are like my parents, and utna main izzat karti hu. And I'm like, seriously, like just one loss can change you so much. So
I think that under the belt kind of comments are happening from a particular, team, if you like. And it keeps happening. Even in the last half, there was a lot of under the belt comments made, which were not required. But I'm sorry that you had to go through that, because even I felt really bad. I felt really bad for you, because I was like, you've done nothing bad in that show. You only helped everybody.
And we've had like really good conversations. Like Pavitra and I were we were cool, and I had no idea that she was kind of keeping all this in her heart about me, and then she just took it all out in one go, which is really sad.
But this is what I've noticed. I've noticed this because she keeps a lot of stuff in. So does Nikki. They keep a lot of stuff in, and then it comes out much afterwards. Like, wow, you're still holding on to all that. Wow.
Yeah.
But I think I want to say something that is really important, that I think I love you a lot as a friend, and anything that happened in the show, I feel like it's a gone thing. Like, I don't remember any bad things anymore. When I see your face, I only see the good things. You know what I mean? I remember the good memories. I don't remember anything bad.
I feel the same, Andy. In fact, I have always maintained that the one person right from the word go was closest to me was you. And while we had our differences towards the mid or the end, we always got back. We were fine and we were okay. And eventually after the show, everybody asks me, who are you in touch with? The only people I can think of is, I always say, Andy, I'm in touch with Kamya and Kushal. So you're always there in my heart and in my list of friends that I actually like to stay in touch with. So yeah,
and I mean, we always meet up at least once when I come to India. Like whenever I'm
yeah, I know, and you better call me next time you're here.
Yeah, for sure. And you sort that wedding date out at a good time. I'm telling you, I want to dance in that wedding.
Okay, amazing. I'm gonna call you.
Performance to banta hai.
हाँ, of course. Bhan 1, Bhan 2, of course.
Duet करेंगे, duet भी करेंगे. चल, हो गया.
We have to do आलू बड़े करारे मेरे आलू बड़े करारे.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. I really am happy. When I saw that, I just couldn't contain myself. I showed my mom and she was like, "You've got to give her badaiyan right now." And I was like,
yeah,
let's message her.
I was so happy to see that message. I was so happy. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to let you go. I know you only had half an hour, but
okay, Baba.
Thank you for
being
on the show and all my love always. You know that.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. And good luck to you and everything that you do, Ando.
Of course. आप जा सकती हैं. Namaste. Namaste. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Bye, sweetheart. Bye.